older Redditors, what are some things that you never thought would happen in your lifetime, but did? I have a list of things. 1. Never thought in my life I'd see the net controlling basically everything. 2. The start of the fall of the United States of America. As a Canadian, I'm watching it from a distance. 3. The COVID lockdown. Since I lived through the SARS outbreak and really thought COVID would just be the same thing, I was wrong. 4. Another Jewish Holocaust. 5. Basically another world war. Wasn't alive for the first and second, but was alive at the end of the Cold War lol. 6. The downfall of Canada. And many more. I knew climate change was going to fuck us up, and that it would be unpleasant. But I really did not think we would be getting the wildfires and floods at this level so soon. And that if it happened, I really thought humanity would stop bickering about it and get serious about making deep cuts and changes to our lifestyle and politics to work together and fix it. But, not quite 65, but I remember growing up in the 1960s and 70s being told that by the year 2000 no one would have to work more than 3 days a week as computers and robots would do all the work, and they would just need a few people to keep an eye on them and fix them when they went wrong. Well, that never happened. I never thought our government would get so out of control as to allow the number of refugees we have coming into our country, and we are feeding, clothing, and housing them, and giving them money, while our own veterans, families, and elderly are homeless and can't afford food, medicine, and nothing is done about it. If you told young me, who literally thought, if the world really does end in 2012, then we'll never get to see the Avengers, yes, that was literally my biggest concern, lol, that I'd be sick to death of superhero movies, especially the Marvel ones, I don't think young me would believe you. President assassinated. Moon landing. Pointless war in say Asia. Pointless invasion of Iraq. Person who lost an election, not conceding. COVID, not so much. Surprised it wasn't worse. It was actually very gentle with us. I don't want to be here for the bad one, that I'd lose half my family and friends over politics, without having said a word about it publicly or to them. I work in politics, but I don't talk about my work, always have, but it never seemed to bother anyone until the last few years. I never thought a cell phone would one day become my Swiss Army knife. As a completely deaf and partially blind person, my iPhone has almost everything I need to read and see better and communicate with hearing people. Though I am not full old, but I'm getting up there. I think being on the brink of Russia killing us all is a pretty solid choice. I mean, it was not that long ago they did that already. They need to chill for a bit. When I was 12 I had two favorite forms of entertainment. One was listening to the Beatles. The other was watching Star Trek. I never would have imagined that they'd still have new ones coming out 55 years later. After 32 years of marriage and 3 kids, finding out my husband has been seeing other women on the side for approximately 15 years. Never in a trillion years would I have thought this would happen to me. The abandonment of science as a way to solve problems. When I was a child, scientific advancement was going to cure all the ailments of society. Now it is being vilified as some kind of brainwashing. Legalization of marijuana. I went so far and sacrificed so much just to get my medicine when I was younger, and now I can just buy it from a store down the street from where I live. Unbelievable. I never thought I would see a reusable booster land on a pad with legs like a Marvin the Martian cartoon rocket. I must have rewatched it 20 times. Damn cool stuff. Never thought I was good at school in my teens or find it any fun. Now I'm completing a master's degree and grown up to be such a nerd, curious about a lot of stuff. Gay marriage in US, Donald Trump and the adjacent rise of right-wing extremism around the world, and the US electing an African American president. Legalization of marijuana. I don't smoke anymore, but I went to the closest store on the first day it opened and just marveled at the stock. Embarrassed smiley face. In the 70s, when I was taking a test in school, I daydreamed that I had a watch on my wrist that gave me all the answers. Now we have them. Gay marriage, legal weed, Iron Curtain falling, illegal abortion, insurrection in DC, Alzheimer's in my family, Chernobyl disaster. Witnessing milestones in space exploration. From the moon landing to the exploration of distant planets with unmanned probes. Having a device that fits into the palm of my hand that I can use to access any information that I want at any time. Good electric cars going mainstream, LEDs more efficient much more than light bulbs. Bad another war in Europe, a computer that actually is capable of being controlled by speech, just like they were in Star Trek and Blake 7. Unfortunately you'll only work 2-3 days a week, your wages will drop, and all the profits will go to the one. Feeling like I live in a progressive country. I cried when we got rid of our abortion ban by popular vote, a Supreme Court that believes literal interpretation is more important than human life. COVID and the lockdown, it was something straight out of a Stephen King movie. It's coming, or in 35 years I'll respond to a Reddit thread accordingly. Being able to retire. That shit scared the hell out of me for a long time. Here's a good one: I did not think I'd see an African American president. That we would talk and interact on communicators, just like on Star Trek. Donald Trump becoming president. Yes, that Donald Trump. Those internet-controlled vibrators you can use on cam models. Most of my successes. I am no stranger to imposter syndrome. The extinction of many animals I grew up being able to see. Backsliding into fascism. Open fascism from conservatives. That I'd witness America falling apart at the seams. COVID. Being on this device commenting on your post.